Hey, John, you got a, well, what do we got there? Flaming mignon. Where am I? Oh, I don't know. All right. Stick to what I know. Daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to my ma and me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Well, I don't blame him cause he run and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, well, he went and he named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke, and it got lots of laughs from lots of folks, and it seemed I had a fight my whole life through. Well, some gal would giggle and I'd turn red, and some guy'd laugh, I'd have to bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean, and my fists got hard and my wits got keen. I'd go down to town to hide my shame, but I made a vow to the moon and stars to search them honky-tonks and bars, kill that man that gave me that awful name. Well, it was in Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town, my throat was dry, and I thought I'd stop and I'd have myself a brew. Well, an old saloon on a street of mud, there at a table dealing studs, sat that dirty, mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew that snake was my own sweet dad by the worn-out pictures my mother'd had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent, gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, my name is Sue, how do you do? Now you gonna die. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he come up with a knife, cut off a piece of my ear. Well, I busted a chair right across his teeth, and we crashed through the wall out into the street, a kicking and a gouging in the mud, the blood and the beer. Well, I tell you, I fought tougher, man, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. Well, I heard him laugh and then I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun, but I drew mine first, and he stood there looking at me, and then I saw him smile. He said, son, this world's rough, and if a man's gonna make it, why, it better be tough. And I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along, so I gave you that name and I said goodbye, and I thought you'd have to get tough or die. I'm the dirty son of a gun that named you Sue, and I blew something right there. Well, I got all choked up, threw down my gun and called him Pa, he called me his son, and I came away with a different point of view. Well, I think of him every now and then, and every time I do, every time I win. And if I ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Kathy or Jill, anything but Sue. I hate that name.
How about Rita?
How about what?
Rita.
Rita?
How about Miriam?